The #1 player in Axie Infinity is playing double Aqua Plant. This is not a drill! Double Aqua Plant! It's back. Since I'm trying to learn a double Aqua Plant build right now myself, I thought it would be fun to take a look at the #1 player, Chan, and see how he's playing it. His team is not exactly the same as mine, but we are using the exact same fish. This is almost exactly the same as what I'm using. I have risky fish instead of piranha, but same idea. And just because I know it's small on the screen, I'll show you all. The plant is a sandal, goda, beach, and cattail. Really strong plant. The sandal plant has so much damage and so much shield. Chan's backliner is not the same as mine. He's doing something pretty different back here. He's got a balloon fish with koi, Hero's Bane, and Crimson Water. Very strong. He gets a lot of value from the balloon. And it looks like he's been changing it up a little bit, but we got 3 matches here, 3 wins that all use that build. So why don't we go ahead and review those 3 wins. I want to see what Chan is doing to win with this team. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's see what Chan's doing. Let's see how the #1 player plays one of the best teams in the game. Double Aqua Plant. So the first match, we're going to have Chan up against a strawberry fish. This is Pixie, I believe, from Super Whale, if I'm not mistaken, playing a strawberry sweet party backliner on an aqua body. Super weird. Really happy I get to feature this match because it's just so strange. Chan's team is on the right side. So this is the team that we're watching. We just saw what this team does. We're up against a mosquito plant in the midliner. Really unusual team on the left side. Really fun to see this in the top 100. Goes to show there's still room for creativity. They're actually running a pretty similar frontline plant. All right, so let's see what happens here. Turn 1, we got to draw with some cattails. And Chan's going to go ahead and just play cattail Goda. On the left side, we're going to have Pixie doing more damage here with Hero's Lamb, Cactus, and Hot Butt. So Pixie going aggressive and Chan going on the defense. There's no card draw from this cattail, but the Goda does a little bit of damage. There's no energy to destroy. Overall, Chan not getting a ton of value on turn 1, but building up cards, building up some energy. In a spot like this, I often feel a lot of pressure to go in on turn 2. Personally, in the past, I've really been like, okay, round 1, my opponent played 3 cards. I have to push right now before they save energy. Well, Chan only goes cattail. He hits this Goda with the cattail, draws a card, loses an energy, but still gets up to 5 energy, and then he uses a card, so it goes down to 4. And right now, on round 3, surely we have to attack, right? Like, that round 2 play, it's already like, whoa, okay. Really being patient. On round 3, what is it going to be? And it's going to be a big attack. We're finally going in. So round 3, they do decide to attack. This is one of the biggest decisions every player has to make, at least for me, in my perspective, is when to make that push for more damage. Now, in this case, the plant only goes down to 8 health. It's actually not quite enough. The shields there are just enough. The frontline plant on the right goes down. And so at this point, I'd be really, really worried, right? They've got 2 plants on the left side, and then this crazy sweet party fish. Now, the good thing is that these fish are faster than the Sweet Party build. This is only 51 speed, so it's not like they're going to heal the plant right away. In fact, they really can't go for it. Still, you hate to see the plant survive. A big single balloon play. This is wild. Chan plays that balloon and then follows up with a huge attack on the other Axie. If the plant in front had defended literally at all, this wouldn't work. So Chan made a really aggressive play, a very specific line. If this hadn't worked, I am assuming the match is probably over. It's probably lost. And so I think the reason they did this is because they knew they had to push right now and surprise their opponent with an aggressive play. The damage here is huge, and they put the Scarab on them. There's no mosquito. There's no healing up. Double Nemo on the left side, so 6 energy now, which is pretty nice, whereas Chan is very low. The Sweet Party waiting for you to heal. Unfortunately for them, the Scarab has put on the cannot heal debuff. The Bidens can't even take this off, right? So what's round 5 going to look like? Round 5 is weird. Pixie plays a strawberry, but they can't heal. So it must have just been a mistake. The strawberry doesn't make sense. Chan has no backdoors and no, there's no way, like, that shield doesn't make sense. Like, they can't heal. I think that's just a big misplay, and it makes me wonder if Pixie saved that 2 energy, then what would happen? They'd have 5 energy here. I mean, that must have just been a misplay. So as it stands, that's got to feel pretty bad. And then Chan sets up the kill. Does get the fish in the front killed, the midline fish. Now we're in the 1v1. Let's see what this balloon fish can do. The strawberry can self-heal. 270 HP self-healing is not nothing. So is there any chance Pixie makes the comeback? Let's see. It's going to be a round 7 rest, and Chan puts on the balloon. That's some fear. Now, unfortunately for Pixie, Chan goes first, and it's just too much damage. So that's it. GG right there. Done. I do wonder if the strawberry didn't get played when the plant had the no heals debuff. Like, was there a different outcome? I'm not sure. Still, big takeaways. Chan was super patient. Round 1, chillin'. Round 2, chillin'. They're not completely resting, but they're playing 1 or 2 cards using 0 to 1 energy, waiting until they're ready, and then pushing with a huge amount of damage, a bunch of cards all at once. So very cool. All right, let's watch another match. So this next match is a fun one up against a really weird team on the left. So again, we have Chan on the right, and then we have a player 1 on the left. Look at this build. I think it says PC Esports NDB Taxton. So is that the Taxton? This might be against Taxton. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's just the same. Is that Taxton's guild or is that Taxton himself? I'll just call him player 1 in case I'm getting that wrong. Player 1 has a sick plant. Look at this. 80 shields turnip, 75 shield vegan diet, herbivore, the big mouth for big heals, but only against plants. Cactus cattail, so big plant, 31 speed, slow and tanky. The midline bug with gravel ant is really wacky. This is really weird. With an egg bird behind it. You know, a toothless hair dagger, egg blackmail, pretty standard. But the single bug with gravel ant, what? I don't know. That's weird. I mean, a gravel ant bug finisher in the mid. This is weird. I don't know what to make of this. So let's see how Chan handles it. Turn 1, our draw is mostly on the fish. All we have is a cattail. Do we play cattail turn 1? No, we're going to rest turn 1, not even using cattail. This is the thing that keeps surprising me. Chan does not play as many cards as I expect in the first 2 rounds. They are patient. As you'll see, I mean, they're just patient. I've watched these matches once before the review with you guys, and I was just amazed at how frugal they are in the opening rounds. It really changed the way I think about playing double Aqua Plant. Anyway, we take a bunch of damage. Our plant, Chan's plant here is at 193. So what's going on now? What's the next one? Do we do a little more work? Are we going to shield up and get some value? All we're going to do is play cattail. We actually can't play anything else, so obviously, right? So we're dead. We're dead there. We draw a card. We can't play anything else. The gravel ant stun. Plant's dead in 2 turns. Does this mean that we're just out of luck? We can't win? Or is there a chance that Chan comes back? I mean, I'm rooting for this side because this is pretty similar to my build apart from the backliner. This is what we're here to do, is learn how double Aqua Plant wins. Are we going to lose to this crazy single bug bird plant team? Like, what's going on here, right? So round 3, notice that Chan has 7 energy. Yes, we lost the plant, but we have built up a ton of energy. This is something I've noticed a lot watching these high-level plant double Aqua matches, the little bit that I've seen so far. So patient. On round 3, we're still not going for a kill. This is something I started doing a lot, by the way, since watching this match, is this combination. The Arco Scarab Nemo combo uses 2 energy, gets 1 back, and puts up a bunch of shields. It's a really nice turn. It's a good play to consider in spots that are awkward like this. So I have tried this. It's working out for me. It's exactly the play they're doing on this awkward round 3 after a pretty rough start to the match. The opponent just has so many shields available on the plant that it's really awkward. Right now they have 8 energy. It's round 4. Bug and bird both chillin'. I really think it's worth noting that the bird could have backdoored at any point. And if there was a big round 3 backdoor, it could have lost Chan the match. But the fact that they played it this patiently goes to show you're better off confidently looking for the win than playing scared and just like delaying your demise. You know, they're going for the win. They're taking some risks. In this case, the bird does not even go for the back door. They're deciding to go front to back. I mean, really, at this point, they just want to kill the midliner, and then they're pretty far ahead, right? Chan pushes a ton of damage, and they're actually going to do a double kill strategy, hitting the bug after, although the bird uses aroma, so it's the bird instead. Either way, killing one of the other 2 Axies. So the double kill. This match is really about the double kill. That round 4 play, after the round 3 setup, absolutely turns an awkward opener into a crazy good end game. Now it's hard for Chan to lose because the Gravel Ant bug doesn't have Fish Snack. It doesn't really have any way to defend against fish, and the backliner here has so much time. As you can see, it's already pretty much over 11 health. Next turn, the fish goes first on the right and just takes the win with any 3 cards or 2 cards if it's a no balloon draw. Big win. It says defeat because we're watching it in the first person's perspective, but Chan was the winner. And that is another example. Patient play resulting in a very good outcome from a very awkward opening. Wow, that's why he's number 1, I guess. This is really helpful. I'm actually learning a lot. All right, let's go to the marketplace. Let's see what this thing costs. Okay, so let's get a quick marketplace check. So the plant has Goda, Sandal, Beach, and Cattail. And it's immediately pretty pricey with no filters at all. These are high speed, 35 speed, 36 speed. As you can see, Chan themselves are rocking a 32 speed. So if we want to get 32 speed, just for fun, see what that costs. Exactly 32 speed puts it around 240 bucks, and then 250. 260, you know, around 266 where there starts to be a bunch of them. So it's available in large quantities, but it's affordable for a premium, but it's certainly not budget. Next up, we've looked at this fish recently, but we'll look at it again. The Scarab with the Arco. They're using Piranha. I have one with Risky Fish. I'm at least borrowing one. And then the tail has to be a Nemo. Now, we're going to make sure the speed is 52. That's the slowest we want it to be. That's already the fastest it can be. And with the speed factored in, it's a whopping 0.072 at the absolute lowest, closer to 0.08 once the floor opens up a little bit. So around 230 to 250 bucks. Those 2 Axies alone already taking us close to 500 bucks for the build. That backline fish, I'm kind of curious. It was, what was it, Balloon, Piranha, Koi, and Hero's Bane. And then again, we got to make sure the speed is good. This should be a 57 speed. 57 speed. All fish parts or bird parts. And as you can see, this one is not cheap. Wow. So this is an expensive backliner. I mean, there's a few available under 400 bucks. There's 4 available right now. I mean, this one looking like a steal. This one hasn't been, some 0 breed counts. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, these are very expensive. Under 400 bucks, only a couple, then it gets up to 500 plus. So this whole team is around 1,000 bucks, maybe a little more if more of these Axies get purchased. These teams tend to get cheaper across the season, but I also don't think any of these Axies are particularly brand new. As far as I know, this is a very, very evergreen build. This is a sustainable meta. This is not fleeting meta. Hey, this makes you appreciate the more affordable builds for sure. I got one more match for you today. Let's see what the team is. We're getting the delayed reveal. Okay, so this is going to be a Mech Aqua Plant matchup. We got Chan on the right and then player 1 on the left. Now, this is a good one, actually. I'm glad I saw this because I'm seeing a lot of backline beasts and a lot of backline mechs down at the... Look, I was up in the top 10,000, then I fell pretty hard, so I've seen a whole range. I've seen like 500 MMR. I'm seeing backline beasts a lot from like 1,200 to 1,500. There's a little bit above that range, but especially 12 to 15 right now, about a week into the season, a little less, a lot of these. So I want to see, how does Chan handle this? Real quick, analyzing the team. It's a pretty typical frontline plant. You see this all over the top 100. Extremely strong. This is an interesting fish. Scale Dart is a very rare move. I believe it's a ranged attack, which is the reason Blue Moon gets used. It's an anti-Gravel Ant play. You also might draw a card once or twice in your entire career. I don't think it's going to happen very often. I saw someone draw a card on Scale Dart for the first time in my life yesterday, actually. They got a draw on me, and I was like, I'm so happy for you. Anyway, the mech has a Balloon, Arco for the speed up, Goda for Energy Destroy, Hair Dagger for some draws. A very interesting team, the double Arco setup. All right, let's see how Chan handles it. The draw initially, we have 2 cattails, and that's it on the plant. Man, if I could draw cattail this often on turn 1, that would be nice. That's okay, though. We've seen Chan has not had the easiest draws, so I wouldn't say these have been just super easy matches at all, right? Anyway, player 1 hitting with a little beast damage, and the beach at the end with their plant. Chan does not break shields, not playing a lot of cards at all, just that one cattail, getting those draws. Getting draws, but not breaking beach shields, therefore not activating the 120 damage, 120%. Just a great example of that, just that very fine-tuned turn 1, turn 2 play. That was pretty easy because he only had 2 cattails, but still, Chan has been killing these turn 1s. And on round 2, it's going to be another... Actually, I was going to say it's going to be slow, but this time he's going aggressive. So we're seeing something a little different. Against the Plant Fish Mech, it's a turn 2 attack and a lot of shields up front. In this match, Chan elects to get value from the plant early and taking a risk because it is feasible the plant might die. In this case, we get last stand, but that was close. I don't know. I think the cattail at the beginning is actually a mistake now that you look at it, right? Because if they had played Goda and Beach before cattail, they would have gotten way more damage, possibly putting the plant into last stand. So I think that's a misplay. I don't want to presume I can call out a misplay on the #1 player, but I think that was a mistake. In which case, if I'm not crazy, even the top player makes a mistake now and then. There you go. Or, the #1 player of the moment that I'm recording this. All right, let's see round 3, though. Let's see round 3. The plant is at 77 health. The back line and the mid line on player 1 looking healthy, but a bunch of cards here. Still, we haven't seen Chan be this low on energy. Only 2 energy. So lots of card draw, but not a lot of energy. So what's going to happen here? Looks like we're going to go for the shields, the value, and the plant kill. Chan shielding up and still getting up to 3 energy as well as speeding up. Also a balloon here, shutting down the Nemo. And this is one of those things you might think, oh, they played Nemo, they got around the fear. Fear didn't affect them. But they're missing an entire energy that they could have generated. They could have 3 energy next turn, but they're only going to have 2. So that balloon for 0 energy denies the opponent 1 energy. That's as much of an energy swing as a Goda, if you think about it. So a very, very powerful balloon moment right there. And an example of just like those little differences, playing 1 card or not playing it, putting a card at the beginning or the end of the sequence. Let's see what happens here. Chan is going aggressive again and again, not building up energy. Instead, he's getting big balloon value. I think the idea here is because of the Goda and because of the damage output on the left, we don't have the same time to build up all that energy. And so it goes to show that it's not always the same game plan. You have to assess the opponent's team and make the correct counterplays. Sometimes you'll push more aggressive, sometimes you'll play more passive, but the team will still have a general play style. This match was still on the slower side. In this case, the shields on this midline fish, gotta love it. Keeping it alive. Chan doling out the lessons on how to play that fish. And the fish on the left is going to have 1 bar remaining. It's going to get cleared out by another balloon. And if you've played any mechs or beasts ever, then you know this guy is about to get owned. Looks like Chan's taking down the win. Now, this player does not only win. Chan does not win 100%. If I look at their page right now, they lost the next 2 matches. But those are with a different team, so I don't think I'll show them. If I had a loss with this build available right now, I would show you. We saw one earlier this morning on stream, so I know there are some to show. But I can no longer get the link because he played 2 more games. So, oh well. Can't showcase any L's. I like to try to see both sides. Still, those wins taught us a lot. Chan is a beast of a player. I'm learning a ton from watching their mastery of the play style of the double Aqua Plant build. With that said, I'm going to get out of here, so thanks a lot. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Should I do more reviews of top 100 teams? I think the answer is probably yes. I'll see you all in the next video. That's all I got. Flux signing out.